Welcome back to the Titanium Hangar. This is Mike, and today I want to talk to you about this Mattel Motu Blitz, and it's similar to what they did last year. Last year, I think it was more stuff. I don't know if they've actually released everything from last year's reveals, but this is a whole hot new set of reveals to take a look at. Now, some of this stuff is pretty good. And if you were watching this video, you probably watched 6 other videos of everybody going into detail on this. I'm not going to go in detail. I'm going to touch real quick on each one, tell you my thoughts, tell you which ones I pre-ordered and did not pre-order, and which ones I like, which ones I think are passes. But I'm going to also get into an overall discussion about Masterverse, or whatever you want to call it, New Eternia, all that kind of stuff, and why that's not selling so well. So I'm going to talk about that here in a bit. But get into that, telling you what I like about these, because there's some really cool stuff here coming up. I just want to say thanks to Toy Art. I got these pictures all from Toy Art. If you want to go check it out and see more pictures, I'm not going to go through every one. I just picked like 1 or 2 of each character to go through real quick, and we're going to go in the order they have it. So this one here is a Beastman. So it's from the 1987 movie, and I got to tell you, since I started collecting Motu and seeing the movie stuff, I've had some of the Super 7 stuff. I really want to see more of it get made, like Blade and a few other ones, and I would love to see that get fleshed out. I like how they're doing that. That's really awesome. I did not pre-order this one, but I will pick it up eventually, and I think it looks pretty good, and I like that idea. I didn't really want to get into any of the movie stuff, but there's not a lot of stuff that's ever been made for it, and not a lot of characters to really cover, so maybe 10 or 12 is all they really have to make to cover it all. Then we get into this Skeletor and Throne, which I believe is $79. It's either $69 or $79. I saw it on BBTS. I did not pre-order this. As awesome as it is, I probably should. But it gets down to the fact that it's Masterverse. And Masterverse doesn't sell that well. I'm maybe going to catch it on sale. I don't know. But this is really awesome. If you didn't get the... was it the Super 7 that made that awesome Snake Mountain? I think that came with a Bone Throne. If you get the Snake Mountain from Origins, that comes with the Bone Throne, which you probably could use for Masterverse, but this is still really awesome. Is it worth $60 or $70, whatever the price point is on it? I don't know. I can't really say. Would I even display it? I don't know, but it looks really cool. I like it. It's cool, and it's your chance to get a Skeletor. I don't know. It's not the same Skeletor, I don't think, as you got with that 2-pack, but maybe it is. It's the same buck or something, but you don't get the jaw or something like that. All right, now we're going to get into the Emperor Hordak, and this is a cool-looking one. It's a Masterverse Emperor Hordak. I think he looks cool. It looks interesting. I don't know how many versions of Hordak I personally need. I did not pre-order this guy. I'm not in on him, not going for him, but he looks cool. And with that, yeah, I don't have much more to say other than it's cool-looking. If you've missed the past versions, then maybe you want to get this one. And then here we go with Leech. Now, Leech has his hands looking less like suction cups. Let's say less like suction cups. But I'm not going to say a whole lot about this guy. I did not pre-order this one. I'm not picking it up. I probably will pick it up, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure about this guy. There we go. Next, we're going to get into Sy-Klone, which I think he looks pretty cool. We just got the Origins one. This one is interesting looking. It looks different. I think it looks pretty cool. Yeah, I like the clear shield. And I do want to show that the face plate is removable. And I don't expect any gimmicks with this guy, like spinning around. It's just going to be a standard figure, which is pretty much what Classics did. But yeah, looks cool. The paint, the shiny paint, makes him really pop and stand out. And I don't think of this guy as a shiny one, but it looks cool. It's interesting. Did not pre-order him, but I will probably pick him up when I see him. Next up, we got a Thunder Punch He-Man, which just kind of is right in line with what Origins did. And so we'll get a Thunder Punch He-Man this way. Looks cool. Looks interesting. Pretty good looking overall. I actually don't like the head sculpt. I think a lot of people did like this head sculpt, but I don't particularly care for this head sculpt. But it is what it is. It's what they put on there. He's got his backpack, his shield, and his sword, which is a different color, and pretty cool. But going with the longer fuzzy shorts there, it's a little bit longer on the longer side. I thought they were shortening them up a bit, making them look a little bit more like the classics of the cartoon, but not in this particular one. So this one here is the Man of War, which it does look cool. It's kind of like Man of Arms, Man of War, Duncan. It's just a different take on the character, I guess. I don't know. I don't have to have this, though I think it looks cool. I'd like to pick it up. If I see it, pick it up. It does look pretty cool, pretty interesting. By the way, none of these have sold out at all, anywhere that I know of. Next, we get the Masterverse Snake Sorceress. And, of course, I want to say Snake Sorceress Tila. And she looks really good. That's a nice looking figure overall, actually. And I'm looking at the cuts and the seam lines. It would have been nice if those legs had less seams in them. That, I'm just saying, would have been nice. But it's still a pretty cool looking figure overall. And you don't notice really the seams in the arms because the black sleeves and all that. But that brighter green, you definitely notice those seams. Just come with extra hands and what's kind of a flame effect looking thing. Kind of a demon and then her staff. But pretty cool. I did not pre-order her and I did not pre-order this merman, although it looks very interesting. Now this merman is not exactly a cartoon accurate merman, but it's looking like it's getting closer to cartoon accurate for maybe a sort of a new Eternia kind of look. But the sword looks a little bit different, and the staff's interesting. His outfit is a little bit different. So it's definitely got its own style to it. But it doesn't look bad. It does look like a pretty good merman overall. Again, I did not pre-order this. I have the Classics one. So this is going to kind of get into the first reason that Masterverse is not going to sell out. It's sort of, in a way, failing. Is because it did not fully engage classic collectors because classic collectors got what they want already. And they're looking at this and they don't need all of this. I'm not saying that every classic collector is passing on Masterverse, but the vast majority of the ones that I know pick and choose one or two figures here and there, and they're not keeping up with the line for Masterverse because they already got the best on their shelves already. Now we got Battle Armor Skeletor with a swappable chest plate so that you could just swap out, look like he's got battle damage. Makes sense. I guess that works. And I'll probably eventually pick this up. And let me double check the good old BBTSs of things. And I think that this one is still the regular price. And I don't actually see that one on here. So I'm not sure if that one's going to be a deluxe or not because I don't see it on the BBTS. Maybe it's a exclusive somewhere. Still, pretty cool looking, pretty interesting. If you're interested in this, it should be coming down the road, I guess. The second reason why I think Masterverse is sort of failing in a way is because it's not Origins, and most of the Motu collectors are collecting Origins, and so let's get into Origins. So first one we're going to look at here is the Cringer with the Prince Adam. Now this is the Filmation look. I gotta say it looks amazing. I pre-ordered two of these. These are 30 bucks each. Not bad. I mean, a $30 Cringer, because I really don't need the Adam, but I'll take it. But Cringer, I mean, I fought the urge to buy one for about $88 for the Classics. And I was like, I know they're going to make one. I think this is better than the Classics. And, like, why wouldn't they be able to beat what they did 10 years ago? Well, I don't know. But he does a lot. He's got two heads. And you can make him look with his mouth open or mouth closed kind of look. But, yeah, a lot of articulation with this guy. And I personally think this Cringer would work fine for both Masterverse and for Origins. And yeah, that works. Next up is the Origins Collector, and I did pre-order this. Probably will regret it. I'll probably find it somewhere on sale, but I want to make sure I at least get one. It's just so interesting and groundbreaking as a vehicle that I don't think's ever been made before, and you can fit 3 figures in it, so it's going to be relatively big. And yeah, Mattel can make a pretty good sized vehicle for $45. It seats 3 figures, has shooting blast effect kind of things. So really cool, really interesting. I don't remember this in the show at all, but I think it's cool and cool enough to pre-order. And, they got me on it. They got me. Then we get into this one here. This one is the Stranger Things repaint. It's got a great looking He-Man with it too. So this set, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be an exclusive. I'm not exactly sure where, but looks really cool. These kind of exclusives usually hit Walmart, right? But I'm not sure yet. But I would be in on this. I think it looks awesome. This is the Crimson Horde Trooper. Now, I don't see this up for pre-order yet either. So the last two, I don't see up for pre-order just yet. Still pretty cool. I think this is an interesting set. I do like the Horde Trooper. And then you got the little robot with it, which kind of makes me think, I don't think we've seen the robot come out yet. I would think we would get like a 3-pack or a 4-pack of them in Masterverse of the standard robot, which would be cool. And it's another thing that I've kind of almost pulled the trigger on buying these little robots in Classics, but people want so much money for them, and I just don't feel like it's worth it. And I kind of feel like we're going to see it in Masterverse, and it might be done better than Classics. Like, this little robot might be something done better than in Classics. But this is, of course, Origins, but I don't think that we've seen it made in any other iteration. This kind of tells me we'll see the standard one coming one day. This is Origins Terror, and I don't know much about this figure. I think it looks pretty cool. I thought, isn't this one of the ones that was on the Walmart, the You Can't Get 'em con? The Walmart Can't Get 'em con? I don't know. I put it out of my mind because it was a terrible time to... I was 5 minutes late, so I missed that. So if this is part of that Walmart Can't Get 'em con, then I'm probably screwed. But it looks pretty cool, pretty interesting. This is what it looks like without the neck extension on, and it's kind of a abomination combination of different characters to create this effect, plus recolored. I think it looks cool. It's one of those that I would probably pick up, but now that they're all pushing $20, you got to be a little more selective and choosy. But yeah, there's Terror. Filmation Evil-Lyn looks fantastic. Some people said that she needs a cape, and I agree. She does have the new updated knees, which works fine. I think that they probably still could make them a little bit better. I could make the knees a little bit better, but still. Anyway, it's still not bad. And yeah, I think she looks good. I've got the Super 7 one that's for like a classic style, and I love that one. This one is pretty darn close, but she's going to be shorter. So works pretty well. I think she's a great looking figure. No, I didn't pre-order her, and I didn't pre-order this guy, although he looks really good. And you start getting into this. I just bought all these with the toy look. Now they're coming out in the cartoon look, and they look so much better. And if they were running these side by side, I think I probably would have been Toon all along. I think this is where this line's going to struggle a little bit. It's because a lot of people that I already bought this character. I don't know if I want to buy it again, but he looks amazing. That head sculpt is right out of the cartoon. So great job that they did with him. I think he looks good. I will eventually start buying these, but I haven't seen any of these cartoon ones at any Walmarts or Targets at all around here. Next, we're getting into Reptilex. But he looks pretty cool, pretty interesting. It's a Snake Man kind of guy. Another one I didn't pre-order him, but I will probably pick him up if I see him in hand. That's the thing. If I see him in person, I'm going to have trouble saying no. But when it's a pre-order, it's kind of like out of sight, out of mind. And I don't know. They keep going with this. Well, I'm going to wait to the end and give a little bit of explanation of how I feel about them continually going on with this. Now we get, this is the cartoon version of Clawful. And I've got the the Classics cartoon version of Clawful. Which when I first got it, I was like, this seems weird for Clawful. And I was like, well, wait, it does match the animation a little bit better. So does this. And I've got that little accessory too, whatever, horn or something. But it's pretty cool looking. I didn't pre-order it, but I mean, it looks nice. Same thing with the cartoon version of Spikor, which another one looks fantastic. And they're really getting these heads just right. Like, they are matching the animation. I mean, this stuff doesn't look like just renders. It actually looks like they actually have the figure made. These are prototypes. That's what makes me think. And they move fast with these days. I mean, if you're really just reprinting the same buck with a few changes, well, what's the hold up anyway, right? All right, and this one here is, all right, let me try to read this from a distance. Vipor, is it Vipor? I'm saying that right? I think it's Vipor. That looks cool. That one just looks really cool. Looks stout, tough. We got the armor, chains. That is a cool looking figure. And let me roll through here, and they're all either $20 or $21, and the turtle ones carry an extra buck, I guess, because of the licensing fee. So I don't see any of them that are more than $21 that are up for pre-order right now. I don't see this guy for pre-order just yet. Is this another one? Is this another one of the Walmart exclusives? I don't know. All right, so we're going to get into the Turtles of Grayskull, Michelangelo, and this, let's just be honest, this is the battle chest, battle armor, Michelangelo, with a removable hairpiece. Party on, dude. It's interesting. It's kind of cool. I didn't want to get into these, but the first couple waves look pretty cool. Shredder's what got me into it. I don't have Shredder yet, but the Wave 2 Shredder was like, man, I'm going to wish I got in on all of these because of the Shredder, because it looks so good. And these look kind of fun, but I don't know. I don't know about it. Then we get this, well, it's It's a Skeletor, Shredder looking figure. Interesting stuff. But I wonder if it glows in the dark. But it looks cool. Again, I didn't pre-order that one either. And then this one here, we have the, it's a Tila. I don't know what's special about her. I don't see what she's got that's special. Turtles Tila, I guess you could say. And yeah, looks interesting if you're in on that. Kind of feels like an April O'Neil in a way. Then we've got the Casey Jones, which looks like a pretty cool Casey Jones. And yeah, this guy looks pretty beefy. Although I do think a little bit of a miss on the mask. But yeah, he looks cool. Comes with a ton of accessories. I'm looking at it right now, $21. So a lot of accessories, $21. We've got Leo, and did they give any sort of extra name for Leo? I don't see it. It's just another Leonardo, samurai looking one. But Stealth. Okay, it's a Stealth Leo. Yeah, he looks pretty cool. Pretty interesting. And this is where it's like, I don't know. Am I going to buy 5 of each different version of Turtles for this? I don't know. I am not that deep into it. And they're going to start losing fringe collectors like me doing all these different versions of Turtles. But, you know, the hardcore one, the collector's going to be in on this, super in on this. Another Stealth He-Man, which looks pretty cool. Got that scarf and it's got all kinds of stuff going on there. But, let's see. He does have some armor. He can be armored up, and he can wear all that kind of stuff. And do I see this one for pre-order? I don't see this one for pre-order yet. Do I? I don't see it. So this one might be a deluxe because it has a lot of stuff with it. Here's April O'Neil with kind of sorceress wings. April O'Neil is sorceress, getting her. Is that some sort of a wand hammer that has some glass in it so you can kind of see through it? It's like a telescope kind of thing. I'm not sure, but it looks pretty cool, pretty interesting. Another one which I didn't pre-order because it's not up for pre-order, but interesting looking overall. We have a crossover Hordak. Is that a crossover? Turtles of Grayskull Hordak. And it just really does just look like a Hordak with some extra wings on it. I guess they just kind of come up with whatever they could have to get a Hordak in here. So looks pretty cool, pretty interesting if you're into that Hordak. There's a lot of Hordaks today. Then they're just straight up just doing a Leatherhead. And it literally is just a Leatherhead. Nothing special other than it's on an Origins buck. And that's kind of cool too. Which might make it better than any of the other Leatherheads they've made. Aside from NECA. Well, NECA, they won't beat NECA, but that looks pretty cool. Now we got into this Turtles Grayskull Origins Deluxe Merman. And they're reusing the Lady Slither tail, and then the figure itself is clear translucent, which I don't know. I've heard people talking about other clear translucent Motu figures. I can't think of any. I don't know if I have any translucent Motu figures in the Origins line. When I saw this, I thought it was the first one, but curious if there were some that I missed. But yeah, pretty cool looking. Deluxe, carries a deluxe price point. Here he is, just kind of standing there all armored up and with the promo pics. Not all of these got these extra promo pics either, so that means that they're further out down the road. And then we got Splinter, which I think is the last one. One of the last ones, but it's a cool looking Splinter, actually. I mean, they did it right. It feels a lot like, okay, so if you missed out on the King Grayskull, then you can get a Splinter King Grayskull, right? Is that right? That's what's going on here? But pretty cool, pretty interesting way to take on the Splinter character. That was a good idea. Oh, yeah, there's this guy. It's 2 Bop Steady. So instead of 2 Bad or Rocksteady and Bebop, 2 Bop Steady. Which at first I was turned off by the idea, but now the more I think about it, they're always Rocksteady and Bebop, and they're always put together, so why not do it? Makes a lot of sense, so it's another really good idea. At first I didn't think it was a good idea. Look at that clear chain. That's interesting. But pretty cool looking figure. I did not pre-order it because I don't think it's up for pre-order just yet, but it is one that there's a lot of life left in this turtle line, I guess, and a lot of life left in the... Well, I don't know. I don't know how much is left in the Filmation cartoon collection of the Origins, but I never see it at retail, so it might be one of those that they're not making very much of them. All right, so let me know what you think about all of these reveals. Are you in on any of these? Did you pre-order these? I think I only did 3 total pre-orders out of everything in this. And with that, I will probably pick some up, but I believe I will not be a completist with all this stuff, whether it's Masterverse or it is Origins. But it is kind of fun. It's interesting to see what they're doing, but I don't know how much longer either of these lines have legs for the masses. The hardcore collectors are going to get it all, I'm sure, and maybe even 2 of each, but the other people like myself that are kind of on the outside of this are just going to be picking and choosing. But let me know what you think in the comments below. Like and subscribe. Titanium Hanger out.